And Enid fell in longing for a dress all branched and flowered with gold, a costly gift of her good mother, given her on the night before her birthday, 3 sad years ago, that night of fire, when Idyrn sacked their house and scattered all they had to all the winds. For while the mother showed it, and the two were turning and admiring it, the work to both appeared so costly, rose a cry that Idyrn's men were on them, and they fled with little save the jewels they had on, which being sold and sold, had bought them bread. And Idyrn's men had caught them in their flight, and placed them in this ruin. She wished the prince had found her in her ancient home, then let her fancy flit across the past, and roam the goodly places that she knew, and last bethought her how she used to watch, near that old home, a pool of golden carp, and one was patched and blurred and lustreless among his burnished brethren of the pool, and half asleep she made comparison of that and these to her own faded self in the gay court, and fell asleep again, and dreamt herself was such a faded form among her burnished sisters of the pool. But this was in the garden of a king, and though she lay dark in the pool, she knew that all was bright, that all about were birds of sunny plume and gilded trellis work, that all the turf was rich in plots that looked each like a garnet or a turkis in it. And lords and ladies of the high court went in silver tissue talking things of state, and children of the king in cloth of gold glanced at the doors or gamboled down the walks. And while she thought, "They will not see me," came a stately queen whose name was Guinevere, and all the children in their cloth of gold ran to her, crying, "If we have fish at all, let them be gold, and charge the gardeners now to pick the fated creature from the pool, and cast it on the mixen that it die." And therewithal one came and seized on her, and Enid started waking, with her heart all overshadowed by the foolish dream, and lo, it was her mother grasping her to get her well awake, and in her hand a suit of bright apparel, which she laid flat on the couch, and spoke exultingly, "See here, my child, how fresh the colours look, how fast they hold like colours of a shell that keeps the wear and polish of the wave. Why not? It never yet was worn, I trow. Look on it, child, and tell me if ye know it." And Enid looked, but all confused at first, could scarce divide it from her foolish dream. Then suddenly she knew it, and rejoiced, and answered, "Yea, I know it, your good gift, so sadly lost in that unhappy night, your own good gift." "Yea, surely," said the dame, "and gladly given again this happy morn. For when the jousts were ended yesterday, went Enil through the town, and everywhere he found the sack and plunder of our house, all scattered through the houses of the town, and gave command that all which once was ours should now be ours again. And yester eve, while ye were talking sweetly with your prince, came one with this, and laid it in my hand, for love or fear, or seeking favour of us, because we have our earldom back again. And yester eve, I would not tell you of it, but kept it for a sweet surprise at morn. Yea, truly is it not a sweet surprise? For I myself unwillingly have worn my faded suit, as you, my child, have yours, and howsoever patient, Enil his. Ah, dear, he took me for a goodly house, with store of rich apparel, sumptuous fare, and page and maid, and squire, and seneschal, and pastime both of hawk and hound, and all that appertains to noble maintenance. Yea, and he brought me to a goodly house, but since our fortunes swerved from sun to shade, and all through that young traitor cruel need constrained us, but a better time has come, so clothe yourself in this, that better fits our mended fortunes, and a prince's bride. For though ye won the prize of fairest fair, and though I heard him call you fairest fair, let never maiden think, however fair, she is not fairer in new clothes than old. And should some great court lady say, the prince hath picked a ragged robin from the hedge, and like a madman brought her to the court, then were ye shamed, and worse might shame the prince to whom we are beholden. But I know that when my dear child is set forth at her best, that neither court nor country, though they sought through all the provinces like those of old that lighted on Queen Esther, has her match. Here ceased the kindly mother out of breath, and Enid listened brightening as she lay. Then as the white and glittering star of morn parts from a bank of snow, and by slips into golden cloud, the maiden rose, and left her maiden couch, and robed herself, helped by the mother's careful hand and eye, without a mirror, in the gorgeous gown. Who after turned her daughter round, and said, she never yet had seen her half so fair, and called her like that maiden in the tale, whom Gwydion made by glamour out of flowers, and sweeter than the bride a Cassivelan. Fleur, for whose love the Roman Caesar first invaded Britain, but we beat him back, as this great prince invaded us, and we not beat him back, but welcomed him with joy, and I can scarcely ride with you to court, for old am I, and rough the ways and wild. But Enil goes, and I full oft shall dream I see my princess as I see her now, clothed with my gift, and gay among the gay.